We are supposed to be in school. Most of us are students. And we take, as if they are forcing us. We don't understand. We don't know. People think that I'm coming to school because I have to come to school. You are coming to school to prepare yourself for life. And every experience whilst you are in school counts. The lectures, the interactions with other students, the interaction with faculty, the interaction with staff, the extracurricular activities, and all the opportunities that volunteering, taking things offside, they all help you. By the grace of God, I have a very large capacity for work. I can start work at 8 and I'll close at 12. And sometimes I myself, I wonder. But I reflect back. It was the preparation my grandfather gave me on the farms. Because for a long time, he will whip you in line. By 4:30, you have to be up. And whilst you are with him in the farm, you can't go until he goes to sit down. And you are tired, and he said, this old man, why is he punishing me like that? And you want to run away, but you can't run away. You are on the street selling, and you have to keep selling until you have finished selling your distance. All these are preparations to give you stamina. Whilst you are in school, in apprenticeship, in some kind of learning, build stamina. Build, the strength, the capacity. And there is no experience that is worthless. But many of us don't. And we learn so casually. We don't understand what we are being taught. It translates into very poor results. A few of us get excellent results because we do chew and pour. And we cannot do. Now, I discovered much later from my consulting experience. It's not more about what you know. It is more about what you do. Okay? I give you the opportunity, and because you have a paper, but what do you do when the opportunity is given to you? And that's where many people fail. Many people are very brilliant on paper. When you give them the opportunity, they cannot do. Plenty mistakes. And you keep, making mistakes. All humans are, we are prone to error. But you should be a master at what you do, whatever you do. So anytime I address people here, I say, it doesn't matter what you do. It is how you do what you do. If you are a plumber, you must have the skill of doing your plumbing work with excellence. If you are a cleaner, a security person, if you are an IT person, if you are an administrator, you should just be a master of what you do. That is what will take you places. Nobody will call you. Your friends will not call you and say, please, they need somebody to do this, to consult. They won't do that. So the consciousness of being excellent at what you do is a deliberate choice. I make a choice. I'm learning accounting. The teacher will not leave until I have understood it and I can do what he has explained and I can tell other people to understand it better. He won't leave. And when he has done, I'm relating back to the work. Can I do what they have taught? Can I actually go and do it on the ground? That's where many of us, we take learning very casual. But that is the preparatory ground. And it applies to whatever that you are doing. It's not just about one profession. Every profession, prepare well. Excellent results. Excellent results only take you to the next level for better preparation. When you enter the work of the field of job, it's not about your result on paper. It's about what you do. So prepare well. And this is where many of us get confused about what career to choose. Okay? All right, so about the student. How do you get excellent results? Curiosity. Curiosity. Wanting to know more. Attending lectures very diligently and paying attention to what happens in class and always looking at the big picture and paying attention to details and sharing knowledge at all the opportunities you have, and applying your knowledge wherever possible, and taking examinations seriously. A lot of us don't take exams seriously. Exams doesn't determine your success on the ground, but exams gives you a foothold on the door. If you fail your exams, you can't enter to even demonstrate that you can do. You pass your exam, they open the door for you. But now when you enter the door, can you do? That's what will keep you there and get you moving, to the next level. Then also, excellent examination results takes you to the schools that you want, and it helps you to progress in life. But if you are a very serious student and you have taken learning seriously or whatever, you become very easily noticed. All those are opportunities that make it possible for you to move to the next level. All right. What career do I choose? And I had that dilemma. Your ability to move to the next level depends on you making the right choice about career. A lot of people force themselves to do things that get them blocked up when they can't move. So you must choose your career so that you can move to the next level. Originally, I wanted to be a lawyer. That was when I was, and the reason why I wanted to be a lawyer was because when I was in primary school, a certain lawyer came to our village, very well dressed, with pocket square, and then we shook hands with him and said, yeah, when I grow up, I want to be like this man. Okay, a lot of us go through those fantasies. But I got myself doing business and trading. And so I realized that what was convenient at the time, what was convenient for me was to do part-time schooling. So I went to school in the afternoon. It was purely out of convenience. And so I can go and sell in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'll go to school and I'll go and learn business. Just because I was doing business, so I can do my business better. I'll be rich. Convenience can be a factor in selecting what you want to do. And when you are very hard pressed, please, you can't ignore convenience. You have to do what you have to do. All right? And when now you have the luxury to make choices, you can do. But if you have resources, then you should think more about your ability and passion. Okay? Ability and passion. What are you able to do? And what do you have the interest for? But at times, you can have the ability to do something and have passion for it, but there are no opportunities. I have some of my siblings wanted to do certain things. I kept encouraging them, but I knew that it was going to be difficult because the opportunities were not there. But I will not discourage you. You will discover that there aren't opportunities. And so you will change, you switch this thing. All right? There are certain things that are good to be, but the opportunity in our environment, and if given your background, your financial circumstances, and the opportunities are not there. So look out for what opportunities are there. And I have come to one conclusion. There is nothing in this world that doesn't pay or that doesn't take you to the next level. Nothing. So there is no dirty profession. It's all about how you handle it. Okay? So what opportunities are there? First, if you have all the opportunities, then go for passion. Go for ability. But also look at what is convenient, particularly having regard to your family and your physical and personal circumstances. When you consider these things, then you will make the right. But please, your preparation is so fundamental. Many of the adults, a few of the adults who are here, if ever you will have regrets, it is because you didn't prepare well, or you didn't have the opportunity to prepare yourself. There are a lot of opportunities. On a daily basis, I get to have the opportunity to make recommendations for people for different jobs. I have a lot of CVs in my system. I can't recommend them. They are not prepared for the kinds of opportunities that I have people who have come, they want job. I have people I really want to help them to get job. But the skill sets that they have don't match the opportunities that open up to me. And I cannot recommend them there. So you really have to be prepared to take advantage of opportunities. Opportunities will come. You are not prepared for the opportunity, and it will, move away from you. Then we come to the appropriation. That's the stage of work. A lot of us are very well prepared. A lot of us are not prepared. If you are not prepared, when you come to work, you will not be able to work properly. Yeah. So, maximize your potential at work. There are a lot of us here. We are working, but nobody really knows that we are working. Create value for yourself. Create value for yourself. How do you create value for yourself? Do your best. Let everybody around know that you have the competence to do your work. It goes back to your preparation. You can't do what you don't know. So if you didn't learn well, you didn't, prepare yourself, or you can't do it well. Create a good name for yourself. And create a good network of relations. You don't work in silos. So you don't just become a good worker just because you know the technical stuff. You work well with the people around you. In fact, I have come to realize that moving to the next level is done by people. It's not you. You don't move yourself to the next level. It's people who give opportunities to you. My first opportunity to move out of the street was handed over to me by a police officer who said, please, can you come and teach me? Can you come and teach my children for me? It would not have escalated if I didn't do it well. But I did it with my heart, passion, interest. And so it escalated. And you see, nothing happens, boom. As I'm telling you, everything, I don't even notice. It's small. As I don't realize that it's changing. Before you realize, the difference is big. But it doesn't happen, boom. And it is not magic. It's nothing magical. It is just try for your best on a daily basis. Small, incrementally. Sometimes you don't even notice. That's why I say when people introduce me, I'm just wondering, am I the one they are talking about? But what is a big deal? This is not anything. It didn't drop. I was just living my life. Okay? But with seriousness. And taking every little opportunity very seriously. And working towards it. So at work, get notice. I have moved away from a lot of places, but I have stayed in touch. People just still send messages. And they still try to remind you of experiences we had together and certain problems that we fixed together. But if not for your intervention, the kind of trouble we were going, it means that when you were working, you paid attention to what you were doing. So, if you just came to work and say, oh, boss, I want to leave, will they say, well, sorry, wish you well in your, or say, no, what's your problem? Why? No, we can't let you go. Make yourself entrenched in the system, and when you are moving out, they will find reason to say, no, is there anything the matter? Can we do adjustment for you? It all comes from the way you make yourself, important. And it's not magic. It's not to go and do magic or whatever. It's just take your work seriously. And that goes back to your preparation. If you don't prepare well, these are tips of, how you can get yourself noticed. Okay? Work hard for people to see the results. Don't stand still. Keep moving. And whenever I talk about this, I remember the 4 lepers at the gate in 2 Kings chapter 17. They were very hungry, sitting down. They were being sieged, taken over. And then there was hunger in their town. And they are sitting there dying. So why are we sitting here? Move! So a lot of us complain. I don't have this. There's no job. I can't do this. And then you are sitting there and complaining. Move. So the guy said, look, One of them, why he said, look, we will sit here and die. Let's just move. If they capture us, they capture us. Because as we sit here, we could die anyway. And when they moved, there was plenty of spoil. The other people ran away and then they got. So don't stay still and volunteer. A lot of the times, doors open when you volunteer. And learn to ask why and so on and so forth. So it is important that you are very passionate about your work. The best people that I see and hear, my best workers are those who are very passionate about what they do. They are not interested in money. You can see that this guy is working not because of money. But there are those who, at every little opportunity, they are looking for money. They are not very interested in what they are doing. It is the financial reward. So passion, okay, and being nice. So it's not just the technical work. Create a very positive environment around you. Smile with people. Relate well with people, okay, and build a relationship. Because your work can be done well only if you relate with people, all right, and be confident. Be very confident. So you have knowledge, you have competence, you relate well, and you are working excellently. Pay attention to personal grooming. We just finished some interview, and one person entered the interview with somebody I know. But I told him, my friend, how do you expect us to hire you with this kind of plenty beer untrimmed, unkept? We can't hire you like that. Right? So, look good. We are not saying go and buy expensive stuff, but look good. Be a gentle person, a lady or a gentleman. All right? So, and the type of job that you do and the way you dress matters. And if you are looking to move to the next level, in my profession as a lawyer, they give you jobs based on the way they see you. Okay? Somebody looks at you and says, no, this lawyer, he can't handle the case. If you look at the way he's dressed. Meanwhile, he has not entered into your head to know what you know or you don't know. But he has prejudged you. No. If you see this lawyer, he's like a poor lawyer. He can't handle this call. Why have you deprived yourself of an opportunity just by not dressing properly? Right? So please, if you want to scale up and move to the next level, you must understand that you have to be attractive. And understand your role. Comes back to your preparation. What's your role? Every assignment that they give to you, if you don't understand it, don't start. So understand it very well. And care about the role. I want to be very, very emphatic here. Care about the role. Know that this role is so important that if it's done well, that is how you get noticed. That is how you make yourself relevant. And that's how there are some people, when there are assignments, you want to give to that same person. And because you know that, no, once you give the assignment to this guy, it is done. There are some people, you are giving them assignments, and it's just because there's no other person you can do. So if you are in an organization and you want to move to the next level, entrench yourself that when there are important assignments, you are the go-to guy. And how that happens, appreciation of your role and paying attention to your role and taking responsibility for the things that you are. And that comes when you can answer the questions that I have put there. What am I supposed to do? Personally, I take these things very, very seriously. And it's really what has moved me around this continent. So before I start the assignment, I say, what are they asking me to do? And when I do that, what is it going to do for them? Why are they asking me to do it? So how will I do it? And I will analyze it, and I will figure out. If I cannot, I will consult and get deeper understanding. When should I do it? Who will I do it with? And those of you who are close to me, you will know that I spend time to network with people who matter, who can get me the results. I don't play with that one. I would not mind, at my own cost, arrange a dinner with somebody who I consider very significant in getting the work done. So we'll go and meet our space because you need to know this strategy. You need to know how to get results. So we sit, have dinner, have a conversation, and then when we have to do the work, it becomes very easy. You get cooperation. Of course, you don't necessarily have to do what you can afford, but I'm saying that getting to know who you are to work with and being on the same level with that person and getting along well with that person. When we come to work, we don't have to be friends, but we must agree so we can work together. If you don't appreciate the people you work with and connect with them, you'll be struggling at work. You'll be struggling at work and you cannot move to the next level. So, understand this. If you deeply understand this, you will easily be noticed at work. And when opportunities open up, then you'll be moving to the next level. Finally, the expropriation stage. This is where you have prepared yourself well, you have worked, and good work comes with money. And the good work comes with money. Once you work well, and people appreciate the work that you do. So I tell people, if you want to move to the next level, don't be thinking about the remuneration. Be thinking about distinguishing yourself, working with distinction, and delivering tangible results that are so glaring that people will say, wow, who did this work? Whether you are a mason, a carpenter, a plumber, a designer, whatever you are, who did this work? They will be looking for you. One thing I have observed, the good people who take their work seriously and have prepared well and know their work and can do it well, there is a lot of pressure on them. They don't have time, and yet people are willing to wait for them. So if you want to move to the next level, my dear brothers and sisters, my friends, prepare well and work well. But when you do that, know that you didn't arrive at that stage by yourself. And that's something that I keep reminding myself. I used to be a shepherd. I used to be a peasant farmer. I used to be a hawker on the streets. How did I arrive where I have arrived? Where I have the liberty to sit on table with the top people of this country and across the continent. Many others gave me a helping hand. Well, when we give you a helping hand and you do not prepare, it can't help you to move to the next level. So you have to take things seriously. But when it happened, then you must remember that you got a helping hand. You didn't do this by yourself. In fact, you cannot do this by yourself. There is not any single human being in this planet that can do anything good by himself or herself alone. None. You were born by somebody. You were raised by somebody. And you sat in class with people, somebody taught you, and at work, you never delivered your results single-handedly, people supported you. So somebody gave you an opportunity to show what you have. Remember to give others that same opportunity. Remember to give back to society what society gave you. Society will make you. So help to make others in society. And that is the stage of expropriation. Give back to society. Let others benefit from the pot of wisdom you have obtained going through. So respect everybody. I am one person who I do not slightly disrespect anybody. Because, in fact, it is not the right thing to do. It is not a good human being. If I see somebody disrespecting another, I place you in the category of animals. You are not a human being. Because you should show respect to everybody who is a human being. Don't look at somebody's education or class. No. If you respect me because of my class, then that's not respect. That's full respect. But if you respect me because I'm a human being like you, then I know that. So that is the point you are giving back to society. Now, what are some of the tips that can help us to move to the next level? The preconditions for rising to the next level. Ability. The story in Matthew chapter 5 is one of my favorite stories, where the man was traveling and he called his servants, and then he distributed talents to them. One person, he gave 5. That person immediately went and worked and got 5 more. Another, he gave 2. He also immediately went and worked and brought additional 2, 4. And he gave another 1. And when you read that passage, it said the master gave to them in accordance with their abilities. I have searched carefully, and I realize that is so true in this life. In this life, our capabilities, or the gifts that we have been given, the work that has been entrusted to us, the job opportunities that we get, is clearly as a result of our ability. We don't give things to people who are unable. We don't. If you do that, they mess it up. So we will take it from them. So when you read that story is a reflection of true life. You want to move to the next level? Create ability. Create ability. So nurture, develop, and expand your ability. First, identify your innate abilities. All of us have some natural abilities. Identify it. Once you identify it, and there are others that we don't have naturally, but we can nurture and develop. So develop your abilities. Your ability to do anything is what will give you opportunity to get to do that thing. I will not employ you as an accountant if you don't have the ability to do accounting work. I will not employ you as a driver if you don't have the ability to drive. You go and kill people. So you want to move to the next level, develop ability. And it taking steps. Taking steps. Don't sit still. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. Just think about what you want to do. So when I presented my profile, I have quite a chain of degrees. They didn't drop from the sky. You know the starting point? I want to do this program. I look the website. Oh, these are the requirements. I go and buy the form. That is the step. That's how it starts. I fill the form. Sometimes you are lazy, and I fill the form. I get the people to endorse. I go and submit. Then I go and wait. Oh, I have an admission letter. Should I go? Okay, let me go. Oh, I don't have the money. You find the money. I have to attend lectures day by day. I do the various assignments. It is step by step. It's a daily routine. It's not magic. Graduation day, hooray! I'm done. No, I want to do this again. But you could just say that's okay. So it is not magic. It is just taking steps. The deliberacy of taking steps. And being, continuously hungry to do something. Because it will enhance you and take you to the next level. It pays. It actually pays. But it doesn't drop from the sky. And it's not too difficult to do. All it needs is just take steps. And be courageous. Sometimes, and I have gone through that, there are times I say, why am I worrying myself? This thing is too cumbersome. I can't even find time to do this. I'm quite very busy. I combine too many things. And sometimes, I'm scared. Do I need to do this? No. I'll get it done. You need courage. Sometimes, you think that you're overwhelmed. Okay? One thing that keeps me going is I just reflect on my friends in the U.S. I have friends there. When they come here, they say, Charlie, you are overworking yourself. So I run a law firm. I run an accounting firm. I help run this university. I teach at the business school. I teach here. I teach at AUCC. I teach at GIMPA. I teach ICAG, this thing. I serve on several boards. I sit on several boards. The registrar, office of the registrar of companies, intravenous, All Health Insurance. I'm a business person. I have some farms and I do this. I do consulting. As I speak, I'm consulting for the European Union and I'm running. There are plenty of things that I'm doing. And at any point in time, I'm being dragged, by the different. Unfortunately, on every board that I sit, because of my background. So when you prepare yourself well, and you are passionate and committed, very passionate and committed, it will show. You will get to serve on several committees. And they will all need your attention. Okay? And you see, if you don't prepare, and you go and mess up, you are stopping your opportunities. Right there, you are stopping your opportunities. So you have to prepare. Once you prepare and you deliver, they will invite you because work begets work. Seriousness encourages others to come to you. And By the way, how did I get to serve on a number of boards? It starts with one opportunity. You go there, and this guy says, oh, I think this guy, he's very good. We can have him help us here. You go and meet another group of people. So, Charlie, this guy, he will really help us. Before you realize it's expanding. So, how seriously, it's people who make you. So, when you get one single opportunity, how do you make that takes you to the next level? Before you realize your plate is full. And you are going to say no. And one of the problems I have is how to say no. It's a weakness I have to work on. And that's part of it. So you see overwhelmed, but you need courage. You need courage. When I'm overwhelmed, I say, God is on my side. I am well able. And then I just shake myself off and start. By the end of the day, I've ticked all the boxes. But you need to have the capacity. Thankfully, it started right at a very young age. So, and some people are very lazy. A small distance, and I learned that one in the U.S. Friends that I grew up here, they go to the U.S., they are running 3 different shifts. And they work 18 hours. Because the system, if they don't do that, they can't pay their bills. And when they come here, we want to sleep. And wake up at 6. And then when you come to work, you want, oh, I'm tired, let me rest more. But when you go there, and when you are at work, you are at work. That one, the system is checking you. You can't pick a call. Here we are very, you can't be doing calls at work. You work. You finish one. And even people come to church. Before the preacher closes, they have to run out. Because if you are late, they will deduct it from your pay. You see, when you have courage and you believe in yourself and you have trained yourself well, that's when you can. So ability is very, very important. Competence is the next one. Yeah, I'll wind up. Competence is the next one. Come back from your preparation. Nothing irritates people who own businesses and can give opportunities to you than when they give it to you and you mess things up. Can you do? Please, those of you who are in school, learn to be able to do. It's not about, the result is very important, but at the end of the day, can you do? And if you are at work, learn to solve the problems. That's competence. In that Matthew, people went and worked and they brought results. That one guy who got one, he didn't work with the money. He went and hid it in the ground. And he came to complain and to give excuse. Those who do not rise to the next level, that's what they do. Excuse. It's my parents. In fact, I was not the favorite. It's my friends. It's all other people but you. Complain, excuse will never take you to the next level. But immediately putting resources to work and turning things around, that is what will give you. And then inputs. So this story, they get talent. Everybody, we have time. We can build our skill. We have our innate talents and gifts, which we can nurture and develop further. And you can develop multi-skills. That's what I've chosen to do. And when you are a multitasking person, you are a utility player. You will be indispensable in many places. Because we don't need you for only one role. We will need you for multiple, tasks. So build yourself real life skills in multiple fields. Logistics and finance. That one, many of us hide behind it, so I don't have the money. I don't have the logistics. But you see, even the little that you have, if you can turn it around. The reason why we don't have is because we lack the skill to be able to turn it around. Like the one talent man. If you have the ability to expand, you will grow well. So your ability tells what you get. If you want to get more, improve your ability. If you are a messenger and you want to be a senior officer, educate yourself. Move yourself up. create more ability. When we observe, we did interviews and we saw on the documents, the person really didn't do so well. But we happen to know the person's ability. So this guy is the one we need. The paper doesn't tell the true story. So sometimes the ability can get you noticed and you'll be moved even though you don't have the paper. So ability is very, very important. If you have more, you get more. If you have less, it's because you don't have the capability. What you have will be taken away from you. Increase your ability. Okay? So increase your ability. Use your time more efficiently and more effectively. Efficiently, when you spend, some of us, we spend 1 hour, and when you are done, it's like you spend 3 hours. Use your time efficiently and effectively. Get things done. So be conscious, okay? Develop the skills and expertise to get things done quickly and properly. And work hard and smart. This is how you rise to the next level. And the enabling factors, basic things, seriousness. Many of us are simply not serious. We are not serious. We are thinking about gains. So we are not serious. In your learning, you are not serious. At home, you are not serious. At church, you are not serious. At work, you are not serious. How do you rise to the next level? You've got to be serious by taking little things serious. It's not big things, so. If you are not serious with the little things, you can't be serious with the big things. So, take every assignment seriously. And the little steps, take them seriously. Time consciousness and focus on quality, the end result. And the deliberateness of thinking about these things matter. And then service. Be very honest. A lot of us are not honest. We want to, quick shortcuts. We are not faithful and we don't want to serve. You want to rise to the next level. These are little daily things. They are not magical things. They are not things from the sky. They are everyday things, but they are the ones that will take you to the next level. If you really want to move to the next level, then get serious. Obstacles, for rising to the next level. These are the obstacles. And you see this one in the Matthew chapter 25. Laziness. Sometimes our laziness is our hard work is misdirected and it turns into laziness. That guy, he went and dug the ground. That's a lot of hard work. You must have good muscles. Do you see? But it was misdirected. A lot of us, we misdirect our hard work. Okay. We misdirect our hard work. Your hard work must be focused on productivity. When you are lazy, you get nothing from it. Self-centeredness, thinking about yourself. You don't move to the next level alone. Open up and think about others and work well with teams. That's what will take you to the next level. Exploitation. When I do it, it will benefit him. No, I'll go and hide his thing when he can't give his thing to him. You want to cheat somebody, you can't move to the next level. When we are working in teams, you may not be the best, but if you are a team player and you are an honest person and you are an average doer, when I go somewhere and an opportunity comes, I'll remember you because of your honesty. I said, this one, we need somebody who knows how to do it, but this must be somebody who is really very honest. That guy is very trustworthy. Can you contact that guy if he's available? I knew him. He's very trustworthy. So you must work well with people and don't want to exploit people. And of course, God is the one who does everything for us. You all know this too well. The outcome of our attitudes, positive and negative, is that we reap what we sow. If you sow good, you will reap good. If you sow bad, you will reap bad. So, unfortunately, if you are struggling, it's because you haven't sown properly. Unfortunately. So if you are struggling, rethink again. some facts, and I'll be very quick about this, and I'll allow you to ask questions. I'm now trying to wind up. Please go back. Where you end up in life is not determined by where you started. I started very, very humble. I haven't done everything that I want to do. There are a number of things on the table that I'm doing, and I pray to God for strength to be able to do. But by the grace of God, my circumstances have changed. So it means that everybody's circumstance. So your beginning is not your end. You can change your circumstance. Your end is determined by the choices you make. So make choices deliberately. What you choose to do with the time that you have, and what you choose to do with your potential, that's what makes you rise to the next level. So what are your choices? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? What are you doing? And when you decide to do things, do you take the little steps? You can choose to create your dreams or to let your dreams not become a fruition. So when you dream, and all of you should dream, but when you dream, act. And when you dream and you fail to act, nothing happens. So there are two things that can make or break our dreams. The choices we make. If you make bad choices, you will end bad. If you make good choices, you will move forward. But if you make good choices, the second one is the level of commitment, the extent of commitment to your choice. Are you so thirsty and hungry about the commitment you have made? It doesn't matter what you have chosen to do. If you are very committed, excitingly committed, no matter the difficulties, you are doing it with excitement, you will move to the next level. So my encouragement to all of you, if you want to move to choose to make a difference, okay? Be very intensely committed to what you are doing, and believe in yourself that you have the power to create and change all the things around you, because you really do have the power to do so, and take responsibility for your actions. If you keep giving excuses and complaining, you are not going anywhere. Always take responsibility. Complain less and take more action. Because if you complain, it doesn't solve the problem. So, and when you are in groups and you complain, you really make things worse. So don't complain. Don't complain about who. Be self-reliant. That's one of the things I learned early in my life. When I come to ask for help, you don't owe me a duty to help me. It is a favor you can do me. If you help me, I will thank you and thank God. If you refuse to help, I don't conclude that you can and you refuse. And then I'm angry with you. You don't have a responsibility. I still relate with you and still give you respect and still go on to do what I can do and say I'm not able to do it because they refuse to help me. Who owes you help? Nobody owes you help. So please, complain less and take more action and smile at challenges. And do what you can do. Embrace change. Because if you resist change, you are only sitting on wealth. The world is changing. So strive every day to become just a little bit better. As I told you, my story is not magical. It's just little steps. And those steps are unnoticeable. I don't feel it. I don't realize it. It's just little decisions. The cumulative effect is big. And when people talk about, because I know the story, I don't find anything strange. I find a normal life of incrementalism, just doing things step by step, little by little. And somebody is looking at it big. If you knew me 22, 24 years ago and now, you will notice that there's a big difference. But I don't see the difference. Okay? When you have done all these things, don't let yourself be influenced by negativity. And don't focus too much on the past. Those who have made progress, and they look at their good progress, they slow down. They then glorify themselves in the past, and their progress is slow. Please, don't glorify like blasters. The past is gone. Focus into the future. And if your past was bad, don't let it push you down. The past is gone. Look more into the future and constantly seek advice from people that have done what you are seeking to do. It helps me a lot. Have courage. Reach out. Good people always like to help others. So you are thinking that the person is too big. Nobody is too big. Just reach out to the person. You'll be surprised that the person is happy to help you. Do not accept mediocrity. Okay? Being great is good. And I want you to desire greatness. The apostles, when they were walking among themselves, they were asking themselves, who among us will be great? Jesus found it and he said, what are you guys discussing? And then they didn't want to. He said, you were discussing about greatness. You want to be great? Serve others. You want to be great? Serve others. Don't be self-centered. Serve others. So those are the things that can take you to the next level. Serve others. Okay? So if you want to be great, the evidence of greatness is service to others. Providing service to your community is the hallmark of greatness. Do it with dedication, with diligence, and with passion. That is, and humility. Humility is be like one of these children. Children are humble. When you have done some little things, don't throw your weight around. Don't raise your shoulders because you're nobody. And remember, you didn't do it by yourself. You were supported. So remain humble and continue to serve. Be people-minded. All generations from creation, the greatest men of all time are the people who paid attention to the problems of this world and wanting to help others live better lives. In politics, in religion, it has always been the same. You want to be great, you want to rise to the next level, think about how you can make life easier for other people, not for yourself. And be humble. Once you do that, you will rise to the next level. This is the final one. Philippians 4:8. To rise to the next level, consider the following. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. God bless you all. So I'll take a couple of questions, if any, before I take my seat. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those questions.
Mine is not a question, but am I asking this program will be a program for yearly or continuation or to end?
Conrad, answer that question.
Because, in fact, I have read the program. So I'm asking, is it something that will be continuation or we just end up today?
We won't end today. It will be continuous. Every time, every 3 months, we'll have a session like this. Thank you.
All right, any more questions?
Thank you. My question is, was there a time in your life that you regretted for taking a certain decision?
Yes. I have had, regrets a couple of times. One regret I have from hindsight, when I was in university, first degree, I didn't take extracurricular activity very seriously. When I was much younger, I was very athletic and very sporty. I think that I had a very exceptional gift. In my local area, they didn't go playing without coming to call me. But I killed that gift by not paying attention to it. And moving around, I am now realizing that it's not just academics that take you to the next level. It is being all round. If I had the opportunity to go back, I will try to pay attention to other academics, but I will try to pay attention to extracurricular activities. Another thing, and I say this, it was one of my lowest, point at a point in time. I accepted a position, I accepted a situation that, an award that was not yet mine before time. Because people had given it to me, and it was not time yet, and I accepted it. I regret that moment very well. Try to correct people, like, for example, you are not the boss, so he is the boss, and then you want to enjoy it. What is not yours is not yours. It will haunt you if you are a person of conscience. All right? So, pay attention to extracurricular activities and build relationships as you do your academics. Relationship building, it's social capital. When I need things done, it's not about my knowledge. I just pick the phone and make a call and have a little joke. And so, boss, we just joke aside. And so, back to the main thing. The reason why I call is that X, Y, and 2. That's how we live in this world. If you don't build relationships, and how do we build the relationships? Extracurricular. The politicians, they share all the posts at funerals. You want a politician to solve a problem for you, you are going to solve it. A long queue. They don't even mind you. They are very serious. At the funeral, when you are sitting and having an informal talk, that's where it is resolved. So if you don't pay attention to those, and those are things that I didn't have a lot of time for. So if I have regret, so if you really want to really build strong networks, the golf club, the funeral grounds, the social, pay attention to them. Don't ignore them. It's one of my regrets.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I don't want to take more of your time unless you have time. Okay, all right. Oh, no, Okay, all right.
Please, sir. I can see you are a very busy person.
That is true.
But you don't look worn out. Rather, you look very strong and energetic. What is your secret?
Well, I don't have any secret. I think one of the things is I built capacity from a very young age. It was forced on me, and I have built the capacity. If you work with me, you get tired, and I'll still be going on. And you'll be wondering, this guy, what's wrong with him? It's like there's people in sports. If you do it repeatedly, so if you go to do press up, those who have been doing it, you will go 100. When you go 15, you will be tired. So it just repeated. It's become second nature, and I don't even realize it. So you build it over time. So I think it's practice. We must train our children. If you sometimes want to pamper them, that's one of the things that is a legacy from my grandfather. You will work. And it's like, this guy is punishing us. Do you see? It's not punishment. So I don't have any secret. It's just a long period of hustling. Hustling to survive. All the hustlers are like that. Because if you don't do it, you can't eat. So over a long period of time, as you hustle, your body becomes used to it. Occasionally, I tell myself that I want to take a rest. So I want, for the next 2-3 days, I won't do anything. After one day, it's like, the body is not used to the idle. So I think it's just constant practice. When you are tired, you just tell yourself that you need to do. But don't overwork yourself. So I've told myself that I'm aging. I have to cut work. It's difficult to cut. I always say, but it's difficult to cut. But make sure that you don't sleep less than 6 hours a day. Make sure that you have a good sleep. It's natural. You can't cheat nature. But work, you must work.
Okay, thank you very much. Mine is a question, and mine is, if you had the opportunity to reverse your years to, let's say, 30s, what are some of the things you take them serious in your life?
Well, apart from, thankfully, apart from not taking sports and extra curriculum activities, very early in my years, I really was a serious person. And everybody around me, sometimes say, I remember when I was in school, I would pack plenty, big books in front of me. As for academics, I was very deep into it, very much early, from commercial school onwards. And this classmates said, who are not just, putting fear and panic in people. And I was very serious. And I did it excessively to the disadvantage of participating in other. I never attended Hall Week. Yeah, those things, I'll go and hide. But that's where you build solid relations. That's where you connect. So you finish school and your year group, nobody knows you. And people knowing you is very important. I'm just lucky that I've had opportunities to do work at the national level, and I have friends remembering. Otherwise, if you mention school day, you say, was this guy our classmate? No, I was just hiding in my corner doing academics. Don't do that. Okay, so if I were to go back, but I was very serious, everything that I did. I was very serious. When I decided I would do something, I will want to make it excellent. Very early in my years. That's what I did. But try to balance your life. I didn't do a lot of balancing. Right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm also thank you, Father, for what you have really inspired me of. I'm having the same story as you have from Northern region. I always thinking I work with pure heart, passion, and I'm not achieving anything. But today, as I came to this program, I've realized that it's time. So I'm really inspired, and I'm really thank you for what you have done.
Thank you very much. Now, all I have told you is the positive side. Okay? They're having struggles. As I said, there were times that putting food on the table was a challenge. Okay, so I started living with my parents in a chamber and hall with, a large family. My first house, that's my own house, I used a Wawa in Tabodine. I went and bought the Wawa and pleaded with a landowner to put up my own structure. So my first room, that I called my room, I used Wawa to build it. If you come and see me living in a bungalow today, you will know that my first house was, and I remember very well, the Wawa, I didn't transport it with car. I carried them, small. Yes, from Zongo Junction. I'll go and buy one today and carry, till I had enough to build. So if I'm in my room and people are sitting outside, they are hitting my door, I can hear it. All right? My second, I moved from there to a small room which had a single bed with a television which you have to hit before it comes, plus a table. And the story goes on and on and on. I sent more than 300 applications. That's very early. Looking for work. Nobody will reply. It's like, why? This country, what is wrong? So after everything that I have done, in fact, I went to a restaurant. I wanted to be a waitress, a waiter. I put my CV plus O level. At the time I had O level. One. They said, this is serious. Who did I said, Rihanna. I said, but what's wrong with me? Even waiter too, they won't take me. So you see, it's a question of time, my brother. There are times that I got discouraged. Look, nothing is working. But again, I come back and I say, no, I will do something. I will do something. And that's something I say, look, if I'll go and do concrete, I've done a lot of it. I'll go and weed people's house. I'll go and don't take it. But when you are doing those things, do it honestly. Okay? Do it properly. And when you do it and you get something small, invest it to change your situation. And whatever you want to do, become a master at it and volunteer. Volunteer. And when you are doing it, do it well. That's the bottom line. No? That's the bottom line. If you are doing it and you are not doing it well and you are struggling and you are not doing it well, you won't succeed. You go here, then they'll push you away. You go here, they'll push you away. So make sure that when you get a single opportunity, I told you I got an opportunity to go and do a presentation in South Africa. I took it like World Cup. I bought 4 textbooks. Read cover to cover. When I presented 1 week program, the people said, young man, and I was much younger at the time. They were really very impressed because I had mastery over what I was saying. And I knew the company. I have never worked with them. And it's an NGO with presence in many African countries. I knew them very deeply because I had researched. They were very excited. And looking at my age and what I was doing, someone said, have you worked with us before? I said, oh, no. Preparation is important. That's how come they gave me that contract. I was not going to come on a silver, platter. And being nice to people. Because you think that you know, and so you are raising your shoulders. Be nice with people. Because the people, they notice that, oh, the guy knows what he's doing. The guy is relating. The guy is, he can relate. So sometimes we did an interview and we realized that the person we interviewed, it didn't fit the distance. But we like the person because the person relates well. We created a place for the person. Not because we just created something, because of relations. So this guy relates well. He takes everything seriously. Although he can't fit what we are looking for, let's create something for him. And we did. So opportunities come in different distances. So just take advantage of those opportunities. But be patient and wait for your time. And whilst you are waiting for your time, don't go and lie on your bed. Do whatever is available. And don't be shy. Do it with pride, but do it well. And invest the money to move to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Please, I have 2 questions. Have you ever wished to chase after an opportunity you missed before? And secondly, it seems you've achieved a lot in life, but what is your motivation to keep on chasing other dreams?
I have missed a number of opportunities. Yeah. There are some opportunities. I have written a lot of exams. And so I have a lot of experience writing exams. There was one exam I wrote, I was really not prepared, and I failed it. And it's still haunting me. Say, go back and finish that thing. I'm struggling to find the time. I took the exams and I failed. And I said, wow. And clearly I realized that preparation is all. I was not prepared. And I'm struggling to find time to do it. Something I have to go and get done. Okay? I'm doing some additional PhDs, 2 of them. I'm struggling hard to sit. My supervisor is chasing me. He said, but please, we told you that you shouldn't start. You said you can do it. You see now, you see where you are. You can't even come. When I see the supervisor's car, then my heart beats. And it's all about time. Okay? These are not lost opportunities, but I should have been done long ago. I'm not done because I'm doing too many things. And I've prioritized those other things. It's all, again, about priority. But I need to go back and get those things, done. But there have been times that they have taken work away from me because of time. as I speak, I get a lot of offers. Sometimes the people will say, we'll wait for you. And I'm just too busy doing too many things. And then they say, well, it looks like I have personal friends who say, it is you, we want you to do this for us. And I say, oh, I can't do it now, so we will wait. But at a point then they say, oh, it looks like we have to get this thing done. And I say, well, I wish I could do it, but my table is full. See, the unfortunate part of life, people are looking for opportunities. They are not getting the opportunities. Others have too much work to do. That's the honest truth. I have too much work to do. Sometimes I disappoint some of my clients. Sometimes a few of them are willing to wait because they want me to do it for them. Others get impatient and say, this guy doesn't have time. And I wish that and some of it are not to be delegated. So you have asked people to do it. And some of it requires your personal attention. And yet you don't have the time. So those are some challenges. But you can't eat your cake and have it. And I wish I had a lot of time with family. My kid brother is here. He knows that when the family, they are meeting to discuss funeral, those things, they don't even count me. Yeah, and I have accepted that one. But you know, this guy, he won't come. Today I'm supposed to go with family for this thing. And I agreed that I'll go with them. I just called them and said, oh, we know. When you say you go, we're surprised. That's something that, you know, you can't eat your cake and have it. Okay? But one thing I have told myself is that because of that, when there is any obligation in family and I realize that they can't, I will just take care of it. That one too, they know. They know that when it gets critical, even though I will not be there, it's just a phone call. And whatever I will do to save the family from that situation, that one too, they know. So, you know, ups and downs. In our church, I don't get to be able to attend people's funerals, right? But I make sure that I, you know, do the needful. So you should know that you can't eat your cake and have it. Since I will not be there, if everybody is giving 100 Ghana, I should give 200 or 300 Ghana, so that my absence will be, you know, compensated. So, but I wish I had time to spend a little bit time with family and to participate in most of these social events. Just too hard. And you are not a superhuman being. See, you are a human being. 24 hours. You don't have more than 8. So you either use your 24 hours to do this or you use it to attend the wedding. I choose not to go to the wedding. I'm aware that I have made that choice. But I'm not sleeping. I'm doing something else. And whilst I wish I could make time for the other one, I think you can't eat your cake and have it. It's just unfortunate. Yeah.
Thank you, Provost.
And some people get angry at that. But that's life, so you accept it.
My first question is my observation that as students, sometimes we go in for positions not because we are committed to do it, but we see it as a ceremonial post. So we get there, and then we are not able to avail ourselves to do that. Then also, you look at the students you are leading. Some, they've taken an entrance position that they are just here for their degree and go. So you find it very difficult to strive in that environment. So what would be your advice? And then the second question is,
okay,
we work for people who always want to take all of your time. Even Saturdays, they want you to come to work. But you also want to move to the next level. So you don't have time. Someone who wants to at least improve or advance, finding yourself in that situation, and you're also looking at the economic challenges. You don't want to stop the work thinking that it will take some time to move on to get another job. What will you do?
All right, so the first question. One thing that you should never do. Don't take roles that you are not prepared to commit yourself to do. Don't. I have been offered roles at church to do this, and I say, oh, please. I'm not less a Christian. I will be serious as a Christian. But this role, I will not be efficient because of other commitments that I have. So, and they'll say, oh, you don't worry, you accept it. We know your this. I say, oh, look, I won't be efficient. And I would not want to be associated with this thing and not be efficient. It's better to do that. Okay? So do not take on roles that you don't have the time to do. Otherwise, you are spoiling your record. But to go on record that, oh, this guy is just there, he does a ceremonial. Don't do that. When you accept a role, do it. If you cannot do it, don't give yourself a bad record. Second question. You want to move to the next level, but they are taking all your time. Now, when you are going to anywhere, first of all, build your own credentials, your own ability. When I decided to come here, first thing I told President, it's hard for my buttocks to sit on one table. I didn't train myself that way. I didn't train myself that way. I'm excited multitasking. So you will see that I'll be everywhere. Well, you can count on me, and that is a promise. Whatever you want done, count it done. You can get your result at 2 a.m. Before the next morning you wake up, your work is done. You can go and ask President. And that's the way I have worked with him. So because I know the next morning I have a board meeting in Kofodia, in the afternoon I have a meeting here. I stay at night, and I know that I need to get things. So you see, sometimes don't look at people to do your things. Because when you are sleeping, I am awake, doing what I need to do. And I have delivered what I need to deliver. And when you get here, you are not seeing me. You've had the security. There are times I come here at 3 a.m. You ask them, they'll tell you. There are times I leave here at 2 a.m. Several times. Because I have things I have to get them done. So in the next morning when you see me, I have done my work. Do you see? Now, it takes trust. If that your boss doesn't trust you to deliver the results that he wants, he will want to see you on Saturday. He will want to see you. And as provost here, the people I look out for to see whether they are here or they are not here are the people I don't get the results I want from. There are a couple of people, I won't mention their name. I don't care whether they are here or they are not here. Because wherever they are, in fact, they are the most efficient. When we are looking for reports, their reports arrive on time, high quality reports. Why will I want to be worried where they are? I don't care where they are, because I get what I need. There are other people, I come looking, I just walk around to find out whether they are there or they are not there. Why? Because I have not got what I need. And I'm wondering, where are they? And I go around, they are not there. I say, and that's the reason why I don't have the results. But the people who I get the results, sometimes they are not even here. And I get my work done. So if you want people to give you the liberty to do what you want to do, let them trust you. Let them trust that when they give you work, the time you have promised them will not pass. It's done. When you have that track record, you don't have a problem. But when you have the track record of we must see you before we can get our results, then we must insist that. But again, make yourself clear from the beginning. I have told everybody, I used to work for the Village of Hope as Chief Finance Officer. And when I went in, I told Fred, I can sort out all your finance issues. I'll create a financial accounting system for you. We will prepare the accounts from beginning till date, but I will come and work only in the night. In order to do other transactions, you can give me 2 days during the day where I will be here just to help sort things. But the rest of it, I want to work in the night. He said, okay. And I said, no, if it is no, I won't be able to come. Because I made it very clear, I'm doing these other things and I can't stop them. but I can fix your issues for you. I worked in the Village of Hope for 3 years. I recruited a team, 3 of them. I told them we will start work at 10 p.m. and we will close. So during the morning, you can come at 11 and you can go back early at 5, go and sleep. And I'll close what I'm doing in Accra and I'll drive there. I'll get there by 9. I'll organize a meal. All of us will sit around and eat and we start work. When it is 4 a.m., I take them to my place. We go and sleep. I'll wake up and start driving to Accra and they will go back. And that's how I did, except the days that I'll be there. So I negotiated my distance. And I made sure that days that there were meetings that I should be there, I'm there. And the result that he needs, he's seeing it. So he never had an issue with me. But there are people he will be checking to see whether they are there or they are not there. So it's all coming back to create trust. Create trust. Now, anywhere I go, I say, if you want me to sit here 24/7 and from 8 to... I don't take work that I do as an employee. I take it as my work. I can wake up 1 a.m. and do it. Unless I need to be here. And if I need to be here, I will be here. So don't check me. Just tell me what you want and I'll get it done. That's the way I want my bosses to work with me. And I'll make it very clear. And I will not let you down. The moment I start letting him down, he will start to say, no, I want to see you here. You see. But the days that I must be here, I'll be here. So, but you see, you won't get to that you won't get that opportunity until you raise yourself. So try and raise yourself. Conrad, I am happy to speak till 12 p.m., 12 midnight. So it's all about your time. So, yeah. Okay, let's see the hands that are up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once we answer that, so let's start from here. Then we come here. So let's go here, and then we go here, and we come.
Thank you very much, Prof. I want you to tell us how you take critics, because criticism is one of the, let me say, the common...
I love criticism.
Okay.
In fact, I invite people to critique my work.
Very well.
In the past, I haven't done that here at Heritage, but in the past, when I close a class, I will share everywhere I went, except here. I will share a piece of paper, and I will tell my students, don't write your name. Just say anything that you know about me, the experience that you have had. And a lot of them will write whatever they want to do. Most of them will say, you are too hard and strict. And too intense. You give too much assignments. All kinds of things. And occasionally, I extend that to colleagues. Let's just tell me, I want to have, and even family, I want to have true state of how you think about me. And most of them will say that you are not available when we need you. So I'm aware. Yeah. If you don't take criticism, you won't progress. Don't take criticism as a bad verdict, but as an opportunity to do reform, if you are able. There are certain things that people tell me, I become aware, and I know it's not very positive, but I say, well, I have to make a choice. You can't eat your cake and have it. I still will go that way. And most of it is about spending more time away from professional life, and I say, well, I'm sorry. And this is what I hear, but I can't help it. So take criticism in good faith. But when you are criticizing others, be constructive. Okay. Don't be damaging. Don't be judgmental. Be constructive.
Thank you. Please, how do you guard against greed in your quest to greatness?
It's a personal this thing. My background helps me. I've known poverty, real poverty. And I've had the opportunity to see plenty. And I realized that I'm the same me. I haven't changed. I used to sleep on a sofa, 3 cushion Those ones are no longer there. Ima, did you come to meet those type of chairs? We put rubber. When you wake up, you are sweating. And many of the young people haven't seen it. Ima, are you sure you came to meet those ones? You met those ones. I was the big boy, so we have the 3-in-1. I sleep on the 3-in-1. The rest can find somewhere. If I come and you are there, say, come on, get out. Okay? I'm telling you, I've had the opportunity to really struggle. And I don't see the difference. It's still the same person, no difference. So why are you taking plenty for? So I have oriented myself that the plenty, give it. Share with others. Share with others. Because you can gather all, you can't take it anywhere. So I think it's a personal something. So the way to guard against greed is just to be a human being. To realize that this thing, you will leave it and go. You go and buy plenty clothing, plenty shoes. You will leave it and go. How many shoes will you wear? So personally, I don't buy plenty of those things. If you are very observant, you will see that what you see me on is what you always see me on. So I think it's a personal trait. Some people want to get. They forget that. Live a good life. So try and get what you need. But please, if you give me a gift of a shirt, the next day you see me in it. When I buy something new, I want to wear it. Why will I die and they will give it to somebody? I want to enjoy it. So give me something, the next day you see me in it. So I don't keep something. And I think that having just what is enough is okay. So it's just personal. And being Christian, greed is one of the biggest problems we have in this world. Contentment of what you have. When I didn't have much, I ate kenke, sometimes without fish. I grew. I didn't die. So now I can eat kenke with sufficient fish. And you want too much, plenty, it doesn't really make sense. So take a little bit of what you can and don't be personal. Share with other people.
And please, how has the fear of unknown future impacted any of your
I have never been afraid of the future. I was down. It's like those 4 lepers. You are sitting there, if you sit, you will die. If you go, you will die. Go and die, or die, we die. I have never been afraid of the future. Maybe it's because I was not living a comfortable life. So I'm in a discomfortable zone. So I have to move. If I move and it's uncomfortable, it's still the same. Okay? So move. If you want to move to the next level, move. Have courage. Move. If we are sitting here, we will die. If we move, we may die. But if we are lucky, we survive. Move. Is it not Nanado who said, "Oh, die, we die"? So just move. So there were 4 hands here. I think your hand was up. Okay.
Okay, I would like to ask if maybe there's something that you really want, but then you keep trying and you are not getting it, you keep trying. When do you know when to, give it up?
A lot of that has happened to me. A lot of that. There were certain schools I really wanted to go. So, yeah, I have to go to this school. And I did try. And very expensive, I couldn't afford. And I was not getting the scholarship. Okay? And I got to a point, I realized that, no, this is not what should happen. Okay? I can still get to where I want to go without going to that school. Okay? So, let it go. There were, I needed to do, is it GRE and GMAT, and I got beyond, so at this age, writing those things, let it slide. At that point, I can't even afford to pay other ones that let me let it slide. So you must know when to say, be very realistic. I have had to change my plans several times. Several times. Plan. But don't be very fixated on a plan that you have made. There are times that you have to understand that you have to be flexible. Change when you need to change. You know that you need to change when you have outgrown that one. And what it requires to still get that one is now becoming so inconvenient and so impractical that look to other opportunities. You don't really become useful to society by just still staying to do what you wanted to do. One of my siblings always said that he wanted to be a pilot. And he really meant it. He wanted to be a pilot. And I always encouraged him. Went to the university, and after a point, I realized, he himself realized that, yeah, bro, this one. So I said, so are you still thinking about the pilot? So this one. There's a point you realize that what I want to do, what it will take to get it done, the opportunity is not there. It's so inconvenient. I don't have passion and interest for it. I need to let it slide and think about something else. So, and that is when the cost of pursuing what you are looking for is so expensive. I have a friend who always wanted to do PhD. He is almost getting to 60. Just the day before yesterday, we had a long discussion, and I told him, Chief, doing PhD is good. At this stage, I will ask you to drop the PhD and channel the resources that you use for PhD to develop a business, and rather encourage the children to do what you could not do. And that's what we agreed on. So there are times that you realize that even though doing a PhD was good and was on his heart when we were growing up, he's almost 60. For next year, he'll be 60. And he's still thinking. I told him that at this stage, you have plenty of things. Learning becomes a challenge. It's very expensive. And when you are done, we all know we will all die. So the number of years you are left to serve actively is diminished. You rather use the money to do something, take care of the children, invest in a business. There are times that you realize that it doesn't make sense to still pursue the agenda that, and I have changed my plan several times. To make it relevant to the times. Right. So when it is very expensive, it's so inconvenient, the opportunity is very rare, then abandon it and look for something else.
Okay, thank you very much. Considering the number of qualifications you've been able to make, I just want to ask this question. You see, the system is such that sometimes we are placed where we are by the system. So assuming I'm a graduate from the university, I am looking at what I'm going to do. Maybe if I get a job in economics, then I'll go and do a master's in economics. Or when I get it in finance, I do it in finance. Probably I have a vision ahead of me, but the system is placing me somewhere. So when there's an instance like this, what do I do? Do I go where I want to go, or I go where the system places me?
So okay. So let me answer that one before you ask the next one. I talk about ability, about passion, about convenience, about opportunity, and about family circumstances. All those play together. And they featured heavily in my career. Doing business and doing were convenient. I wanted to be a lawyer. All right? I had passion, opportunity to become accountant came up by virtue of where I went to work. I started work at KNUST in the accounts office. So the opportunity opened for me to become an accountant very easily. That was an opportunity. So I pursued it and became an accountant. But my interest in law still remained in my mind. And so I still look forward to. Many of the degrees that you see were motivated by work opportunities. I used to work for the World Bank, and I traveled to a number of African countries. And you will see that they place emphasis on certain, areas. Okay? And as we did the work, I realized that more knowledge in certain area and a little bit of exposure to the literature would add value to the work that I'm doing and make it much easier. Then instead of just learning casual or informally, I will want to compel myself to do some formal learning, and I'll sign up to a degree in the area. Okay? So most of the things that I've done are areas of interest and passion. And I say I want to know a little bit more. And it somehow related to the work I was doing at different times, but I just add it on, and I want to take a formal qualification. Disciplines me to do more learning and to read a little bit more in the area. And when I'm done, so that's how it happened. with respect to working in a different area and pursuing, please, and particularly the young people, when you go to school to do accounting, it doesn't mean you should go and work in an accounts office. When you do marketing, it doesn't mean you should call yourself marketing officer. That's not how. Most of the consultancy, I went to work as a public finance expert, a PFM consultant. The guys used me more on legal issues. Anytime they had legal issues to do, because they realized I had the legal skills, they drew me into more this thing. And many people will remember my contributions to legal reform in their environment than the consultancy role of finance that I came to do. So just any work that you get, use whatever skills that you have to get the work done. And when you are pursuing extra, of course, pursue degrees that will facilitate your competence in what you are doing. Okay? But when you have an opportunity, go and do it. Learn to do what you have been given to do and do it excellently and support it with whatever skills that you have. But in my own case, many of the things that I did were prompted by work requirements. Okay? For example, I was working and I felt that public finance, so I took a Master's of Finance, Master of Public Finance from the University of London, because I felt that the issues that I was handling really comes handy and the program would help. So I took it.
Okay. So please, the next one is on the natural ability. Sometimes it seems so simple. I'm a person who is able to do almost everything you give to me to do. So whatever task you give to me, I'll be able to do it. But if you ask me, oh, what's your natural ability? It's difficult placing a finger on it. Just like saying that all your qualifications have become normal because they were a step at a time. So the whole thing seems normal, but I'm not able to place a finger on, oh, this is my natural ability. Is there a way to be able to know it, place a finger on it?
So if you are, so there are some people who are all-rounders. If you are an all-rounder, just follow whatever opportunities that will come your way and do it well. Now, listen to people who give you feedback. That's where you get to know what really you are naturally gifted at. But we have general people who are very general. Whatever you give them, they can do. And so you may be one of those people. What it means is that follow opportunities that are available. Don't be worried about what is my natural gift, because you can do anything. So look for what are the opportunities available. So when you scan the environment, ask what is here that can be done. Just jump into it and do it best. And as you do it, if you enjoy it, then invest a little bit more to get to know better. And that's where advancement comes. And deliver tangible results. If you focus on delivering tangible results, your next level will come from there.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. The first time I had contact with you was on 26th of December 2019, and it was at the Sharpness conference.
Okay.
One thing that I realized made you unique was your beautiful hat that you used to wear. Today, when I came here, I realized that you had that on again. To me, it speaks about branding. And scaling up, I think one area that is very essential is with branding. I would like to know your issue on that.
All right, so just a little bit about the hat. The hat is again a childhood thing. When I was a young boy in my village, I used to have an uncle. He is late, my grand uncle. He was here in Accra. And anytime he came, he was in a hat. And he was our model. And so we admired it. It was nice. So back there, as a shepherd, we have the local hat. That's what we could afford. I was always in one. And going through school, either I'm in a cap or in a hat. So if you go back and you watch, but I stopped some in the middle and I said, no, I need to be who I used to be. So I went back for it. And but I can afford to buy a more nicer one. So I have a collection. Right now I have, I think, 60 of them. So I'm still collecting.
Wow.
My hat. Yeah, so I have different kinds. Sometimes my girls will say, Daddy, today, which one are you wearing? Yeah. And sometimes they will match it and say, no, don't wear this one. This one is better, so wear. That's on the lighter side. But you see, branding is very important. It depends on what you are doing. I like to dress simply. So if you knew me far back, I'm always in a t-shirt and slippers. I didn't used to like wearing suit. But in the law school, that I was forced. And this is how it happened. The director then, Sasari, I always sit at the back. And he will insist that he was like, he was not dealing with adults, he's dealing with students. You must dress like Conrad to come to the law school. I said, why this? He said, I've only come to school. So I used to dress very casual. And he will fight with us. So one day he saw me at the back. And we were about to have a class. The lecturer had not yet come. Then he walked in. I was a chartered accountant. I didn't like to wear suits. So I was not wearing a suit. He said, small boy, come. My class, everybody knew that I was a chartered accountant. And so they all turned. I didn't mind him. So he said, hey, small boy. He spoke to you. Won't you tell me, Frau? Bruh. And he said, go and take that paper and go and throw it away. Yeah. I was looking at her. What is this man doing? Then I realized that it was because of the way I was dressed. So I woke up. I went and took the paper. He said, when you throw it away, don't come back here. You don't belong here. It was very embarrassing. At the time, I had just started work at Methodist University. Yeah. I sat in my small car and I drove and I said, look, what's wrong with me? He said, there is a culture for lawyers. You have to, when you go to court, you have to wear black top and down. You wear the beak, you wear the collet, put on a gun, and you wear the wig. The man said, you are training to be a lawyer. So do that. Immediately, I started seeing everything differently. And I promised myself that day that every other forum that I go, I'll dress the way that society is supposed to dress. And I began to see sense in what he did. And from that day, I changed my dressing style. If I'm among professionals, I wear suits. So most of you will notice that most of the time I come to work wearing suit. When I'm going to have formal meetings. And it speaks a lot. That on hindsight, I realized that we were just being naughty. The man was teaching us the right thing. Okay? Dress appropriately to different fora. And as a lawyer, I can tell you that clients either take you seriously or not seriously just by share the way you dress. And as in different places, people will judge you first by your dressing. And so that's a very wrong way of letting opportunities slip by. Because they'll prejudge you just by looking at your dressing, and they won't look at the content of what is there. So don't let that opportunity slip by. So this is a hard matter. Because I used to say, well, it's all colonial, please. Conform. Yeah, conform. Until you have if you have become an icon and people now know you, you can now descend back to your real self. Okay? But if you are going to look for people to make you, please, you don't have the opportunity to explain yourself. So just do that. When you walk and you see somebody, a man, a lot of rasta, and with this thing, all of us in this room will form a certain conclusion about that person. Why? Back in Europe, that is now normal. That's his choice. And you're not supposed to judge and put him into a certain category. But won't you? You will. Why? Because we have grown to understand that certain kinds of dressing associate with certain rules. And the way you see somebody concludes about that person. So my conclusion is that why do I take myself out of the competition by just allowing people to prejudge me before they get to know the content. So let me conform. When I have shown them my content and they are now comfortable and familiar with me, I can go back and do what I think I need to do. Okay. So please, dressing is very important, particularly when you are attending an interview. Okay? When you are attending an interview, that is not when you carry your sentimental views about dressing. No. You just go, because you won't be able to explain. The more you explain, you fail yourself the more. So just conform. When you finish, so when in my classes, now I've become a bit more liberal. But when I was at the Methodist University, I was very rigid. You don't come to my class if you don't wear a tie. You don't. I'll sack you. And I was damn serious. Once it's my class, every gentleman appears in a tie. Those of you who can afford a jacket, the better. And every lady comes properly dressed with your skirt below your knee. If it is above your knee, I will walk you out. And I did that very diligently. Some people will protest, but I don't care how you protest. I picked those lessons from Mr. Ansasari, Dr. Ansasari. And it helped me. So you should learn to dress well, my brother. When you are going to the beach, the dressing is different. When you are coming to school, the dressing must be different. When you are in church, the dressing is different. So let your dressing, particularly our security officers, you must dress appropriately. So when somebody realizes that you are dressed well, it gives you respect. Do you see? It gives you respect. So please, dressing is very important. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last one.
Thank you, Mr. Atule. In fact, Professor, I have thousands of questions, but permit me to ask about 3 of them. One, in our local situation in Ghana here, there is one thing that we hate. But comparing you to Mr. Conrad, from your teachings, from your comments, a meeting that I've sat with you and everything, it seems you are straightforward, straight of things that you have been doing. But still, you are being moving forward and people are coming to you. What is the secret? That is one.
No, so let me answer that one. There's no secret. The secret is being genuine. When I have an encounter with you and I meet the students, you will notice that I'm speaking from my heart. I don't trick people. I don't flatter you. I don't deceive you. I don't say it to make you happy. I speak my mind. And you will see that I'm speaking my mind. When human beings realize that you are genuine, even when you are turning them down, they don't get offended. Because they know that you are sincere. And that when you can help, you help. And when you cannot help, you say it as it is. But also, try to be a human. It's one of the things I cherish. When you meet people that are of a lower, less privilege, or people that you stand in a privileged position over, be more deliberate to let them realize that you know they are also human beings. Don't disrespect anybody. When you disrespect people, they won't come to you. Do you see? So I make a deliberate attempt to make sure that I extend respect to every individual. It's one thing that I cherish. I want to respect everybody. If I have my way, I'll show more respect and honor to the people below than to the people. When I meet people who are my colleagues, I play with them. Okay? And I sometimes can be a little bit sarcastic towards them. I don't do sarcasm with people because I want them to feel that they are important. And I think when you do that, people will come to you, even when you turn them down. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The second has to do with, even though you have tackled a family, one of us asked a question about your family. But this one, I want to base this on your wife. I'm asking for experience. we know at least, if it not all, about 80% or 90% of women like to marry somebody who is a female. But at the same time, they want you always to be with them. So, what has been your, have you have any challenges when it comes to you not having time and then situation coming here, you live too? What is going on?
All right, okay. So, I told you that I come from a very, very humble background. When I married, I was nobody. I still don't think I'm anybody. All right? I don't live my life like I'm somebody. All right? I just live my normal life. So sometimes I get surprised when I bump into an office and they are behaving. I say, oh, what's wrong? This normal, it's a normal human being. Anyway, so, and I married very early. And, you know, I wasn't.
How is she coping with you?
I'm answering your question. You are too quick. I'm answering your question. So I wasn't any extraordinary person. And so she knew me as I married at the age of 28 or 27. Okay. One of the things I have been very lucky about is very young in my age, I told myself that I don't want to mess up with ladies, women. Right? So one of the things that I have run away from is to just get messed up by, that's one of the challenges of young men. Just get messed up, either drinking, smoking, or girls. So I said to myself, just get somebody who can move along with you, understand you. And so although she understands, and I was very busy already, busy doing everything. Busy doing all the hustles that you can think about. All right? But of course, you hit the nail on the head that it's not just women. Everybody likes attention. See? So my wife certainly, without doubt, would wish that I spend a little bit more time with her and the family. But she's growing used to it. She understands it now. Because maybe earlier she were thinking that we'll have some more time together. There were things, and ladies, there were things that she had later told me that she knew that she would help to change it. And my parents didn't change this. You are coming to change it. I said, this is unrealistic expectation. The people who gave birth to me, they couldn't change that one. You came in just that you want to change it. So I think she has, slow down to accept that, well, and I have made it very clear that we are all not the same. Okay? There are some of us who we want to live a societal life. So I have a lot of constituents, and I want to give a little bit of my time to the different constituents. The family is a constituent. They want to own me and have all the time. So that one, I'm sorry, it cannot be the way you want it. But, so I try, not too much time, but to do what I can. So you see, if those of us who don't have time, you have to be conscious to compensate. So they don't have all the time with you. So go out of your way the few times that you are to make them happy. You can't be away all the time. So it's not your money and that they need, but make them happy. Okay? Occasionally they'll say, well, this guy is not available, but at least we have this and that to make up. And when you are available, that's the regular advice I get from people who know me. Please spend a little bit more time with the family. Please spend a little bit more time with the family. And it's either I'm traveling. I used not even to be around. I always fly around. But I think I'm doing a bit more of that. So occasionally I travel with them. But that's not enough. So the house is used to me coming home late. Or sometimes leaving home very early. Depending upon what is there to be done. They've become used to it. And that's what it is. If you ask me my weakest point in life, that is the area I would say is the weakest side of it. Unfortunately, you can't do everything in this world. We have our strong points, we have our weak points, It is, I concede my weakness, but I think that I am unable to do beyond what I'm doing, at least for the time being. So she has accepted that situation, and we are living harmoniously.
May God be with her.
Thank
for
you.
her to accept you more.
Thank you very much.
Then the last one has to do with one thing. In fact, from your PowerPoint, I don't know if it escapes you or, but when you talk about seriousness and then you talk about being focused and time, there's one thing I saw, it seems it's left out, that is excuses.
I spoke about complaints and excuses.
Oh, okay, because I was good. My question is, what experience can you share with us when people gave you excuse and you didn't accept it? What experience can you share with us?
If you ask my siblings, I'll tell. I always tell them what I hate in my life is complaint and excuse. And people I work with, if you haven't noticed, if you are entitled to something, even you are legally entitled to it, and it hasn't been given to you, and you come forward with a complaint that I'm entitled to it, I won't give it to you. That one, you step on a nerve, the bad side of mine. I won't give it to you. You can do what you want to do. But when you come and reason, okay, even when you are not entitled, we can come to a reason. I don't like people who want to feel entitled and compare you did to this one. No, that one I won't give it to you. Do what you want to do. Excuse. When you like giving excuses, you are giving your treasure away. And you help this one. As for me, you didn't help me. Who says that I'm supposed to help you? Do what you can. When you come to me, sometimes I can test you. I can test you. Particularly family people. So, I can. The way you receive it. So, thank you. We appreciate what you are doing. I know if you don't forget about me, you won't turn your back. I'll call you back and say, okay, I will help you. Because I realize that you have a good heart. You don't feel entitled. But when I even went, probably he didn't even help me. I won't help you. Who says I'm the one who's supposed to help you? Please. People who we look up to for support, what they hate is complaint. And we wrote a letter to this man to help us. He didn't even mind us. But who says he's supposed to mind you? The talent that I spoke about, the guy who was given 1 talent, that is his problem. His problem is that they gave him 5. They gave him 2. Why are they giving me 1? Does it concern you why they are giving you 1? What your concern is, they have given me 1. Let me work with 1. Let me say, this is the result I can get from 1. That is a good spirit. We don't ask from people what we didn't give them. We ask from them, if we give you the role as a secretary, we will not be asking you for results of a driver. But we didn't ask you to be a driver. And when we give you the role as a security officer, we will not be asking you for the role of a lecturer. But we didn't give you the assignment. We will get from you what we gave to you. So work with what we have given to you and do that work without complaining. So excuse and complain. If you want to move to the next level, I have been very fortunate again. I sit on quite very many boards with interview this thing. When we are assessing people at the top level to place them in managerial position, one of the key criteria is look at the stability of the person and the penchant for complaint and excuses. And once you are somebody who like complaining, you say, no, this guy is not mature to take the role. He's not mature to take the role. When we give him the role, instead of rallying positive spirit, he will be complaining about what the company doesn't have, and everything will go down. So please, be self-assertive. by all means, ask for help. We are dependent on each other. So by all means, ask for help. But when you ask for help, don't think that of a necessity. Somebody is obliged to do what you have asked. That is the wrong position. When you ask for help, whatever the outcome, still smile and say thank you. And don't hold anything against the person. Because even your parents, beyond a certain age, they are not responsible for your upkeep. How much more another person? Your boss doesn't owe you a responsibility. Your siblings, your friends, when they help you, appreciate that they have done something and thank them. And don't feel obliged. That entitlement mentality is one of the things, it's an obstacle to progress. When you feel that I must hold up and do what I need to do, whether I get help or not, that will help you to move to the next level. So, the parable of the talents, give evidence to that. The one who was given one, he lost it because he was complaining. Instead of focusing on the one, he was looking at what was given to other people. And he was complaining that this, you are hard. You reap where you don't sow. And that was his problem. So please, let's stop complaining. Let's not compare ourselves. You gave opportunity to Conrad. You didn't give me that opportunity. So what? Keep your focus. Your time will come. And you will also get your opportunity. You are not competing with anybody. You are just doing what you can do. Keep focusing to do what you can do. When the time comes, you will move to the next level. Let us move to the next level. My last is this one. The slide before the last one. Good. You can have your future the way you desire it to be. If you agree with me, say amen. Amen. God bless you all.
We can make it louder than this. Wow. Now I want you to encourage the next person beside you and say, scale up. Oh, I didn't hear you. Scale up. Yes, we are geared to go to the next level. You can have your seat. In the next minute, we'll have Emmanuel Adumako to come and do a short presentation, about 3 minutes, so that we can go. But before that, I just want you to make sure that there's water outside for you to drink, and there is food available at the cafeteria just behind us. You can just make a purchase. Adumako.
All right, so good afternoon. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think it is very necessary for us to scale up. And one important thing is to take note of the medium to do that. And so where you are and what you do also matter. And so that is why we thought it wise to let you know what Heritage Christian University College does for its students, the opportunities here, and how you too can help us to achieve our dreams. Okay, so quickly, Heritage Christian University College is affiliated to KNUST. What it means is that after your 4-year stay here, you get your degree certificate from KNUST. So if today is the first time you are coming here, we are calling on you to take a decision to be with us, to scale up to the next level. Okay, so that is the accreditation, and we are accredited by GTEC, that is Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. One important thing that you have to take note when you are choosing a private university is about accreditation. So we are accredited, and everything that we do here is genuine. So if you yourself or any relative or your child comes here, you don't have that issue of not going to the next level with your certificate. You are rest assured. So why do we want you to join us? Or what do we do to help our students? We are very intentional about the things that we do. We are very intentional, and we have strategically positioned ourselves to help our students to get to the highest level. And so you have to plan to be with us, and your life will change. So this is what we stand for. Heritage Christian University College, we are notable to be entrepreneurs. And so what we do for our students is, once you are here with us, you cannot remain who you are after your 4-year stay. You have to progress to the next level. People have to see that there is a difference in you. And so as a student, you have the opportunity to start your own business. You have the opportunity to start something even before you complete school. And we are intentional about that. And once again, we don't want you to come to school. We don't want you to come and spend or pay school fees, and at the end of the day, you don't know what to do with your life. You don't know what to do in the next stage. And so we encourage our students to develop business ideas. And we give them training in various ways. We give them resource persons to train them. We invite industry players to expose them to the practices in the field. And beyond that, we give them capital to start their business. So this is a good news, and we want you to spread the news to your relatives, to your friends, and to your church members, because we have a commission package for those who are willing and committed to refer students to us. So if you refer a student to us, we are saying that we want to encourage you for the effort that you have put in to bring a student here. We award you, or we reward you 300 Ghana cedis to help you in your data so that you can share flyers online. One other thing that makes us unique is technology. We know that in this world and where we have gotten to, if you want to do anything that you have doing without the use of technology, it will be difficult to go far. Right now, as we sit here, some people are watching us live on YouTube, and all these things are because of technology. And so if you want to utilize your God-given talent, if you want to utilize what is at your disposal, technology cannot be left out. So we are intentional about that, and we do it at the best. So what we do is, for you to be a student here, all you need is a laptop. You don't have to buy books. You don't have to get a lecturer's handout before you can pass a subject. This is happening elsewhere. But once you are with us, you are free of all these things. So we are encouraging you to be part of us. And we also believe scaling up to the next level comes in different forms. Some have some inbuilt qualities like talent. And the school helps you to develop your talent through the Center for Entrepreneurship, Philanthropy, and Ethics. So we believe in developing talent of the youth, because we know that for every individual, there are some God-given talents within you. So through our startup, through our talent hunt program, we help students to exhibit or show their talent. And at the end of it all, we link you to those who are in that area. So for instance, we have a student who has interest in sports. Some have interest in dance. And we have linked them to individuals who are already in this field. That is top-notch individuals, industry players. And this is just to give you that exposure. And so combining all these things, entrepreneurship, technology, and also the talent, will help you to be competent globally. Wherever you find yourself, you can be at par with your colleagues and also develop yourself. And as I said earlier, we are intentional about this. So we have intentionally put up centers that will help facilitate some of these things that we do. So for instance, we have the CEP, that is Center for Entrepreneurship, Philanthropy, and Ethics. And this center is solely in charge of giving training to our students, helping them to, and giving them grants to start their businesses. And it doesn't end there. They keep on monitoring that the business will flourish to that highest level, because we believe in developing to the point where you can support yourself, support your society, and also support the family. In addition to this, we also have Center for Professional Studies. To just equip you to that level, when you are having a degree education, that is the undergrad, you also have the opportunity to take on a professional course. In the area of ICA, we have ICM and other IT short courses. All these are meant to develop you to that level, because we believe in providing a holistic education You don't have to put yourself in one box. If you are doing accounting, it's only accounting that you're interested in. You have to explore other areas, and that is what Heritage will do best. So in case you are interested in working or helping us to achieve this dream, I'll be around after this session. You can see me for more details, and we will help you. So entry qualification, quickly, the minimum requirement is C6. Minimum requirement is C6. So we take 3 core, 3 electives. And the core subject depends. If you want business, we take social studies or interscience. If you want IT, we take interscience. And we also have pre-degree. This one is just a special package for those who have some deficiencies in their course. But ideally, we take A1 to C6. We have degree programs in 3 areas. Business administration with 5 options. Accounting, marketing. We have flyers there. After here, you can take a flyer to look at it to know our degree programs. We have BITM, that is Business Information Technology Management, and also BSc Information Technology and Bachelor of Theology. So thank you very much for your time. Currently, we are doing admission. What we do admissions 3 times in academic year. Currently, we are working on September admission. After September admission, there will be January, and after January, there is April admission. Our forms are going out for free for now, so you can contact me. You can contact any of the numbers that you are seeing on the screen. So we talk more for you to know more about us. So spread the good news to your siblings, to your relatives, and to your church members. In case you need any help, just call or WhatsApp us any day, anytime, and we'll respond to you. Thank you very much.
Heritage Christian College, in collaboration with Truth TV, present Scale Up Summit 2022.
All right, and the Media Center of Heritage Christian College also says that there is a 1-week media skills orientation with Mr. Conrad Kakraba. So all you have to do is just take his contact and get to meet him. And since relationships are very important in our lifestyle, there will be a program coming up, dubbed Godly Dating Endeavors Rent Divorce AMASAMAN 2022, and the theme is Watering the Garden of Love, organized by Truth TV and Corrado Groups. So please pay attention to that, and we will do that. I want to say that God bless you all for coming for the maiden edition of the Scale Up 2022. And to those who are watching us from the house and all social media platforms, thank you so much for sticking with us. We will see you the next 3 months to see your progress. Make sure that you scale up and have no excuse. Thank you so much for coming. This brings us to the end of the program. But as we started with a prayer, we are definitely going to end with a prayer as well. So I would like also, okay, also it's not around, so our gentleman in yellow. So please give us the closing prayer.
Shall we close our eyes? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for your guidance and your protection. Father, we have learned a lot. What we are asking is, we give us a retentive memory. Whatever we have learned here, we will practice it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Please, your certificates are outside if you made payments for it. And we have to take a group picture quickly. A group picture. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day.
The presence of Heritage Christian College are imbued with quality education that is engrafted with training in entrepreneurship, technology, character, professionalism, and service. Heritage Christian College. Face your future with confidence.
My name is Kweku Nuyama. I'm the director for the Center for Professional Studies of the Heritage Christian College. The Heritage Christian College is located at AMASAMAN behind the stadium. Now, this is what the center is meant to do, to help people who are looking for capacity training in professional disciplines, such as accounting, such as marketing, such as HR, such as information technology. And so we are looking to target secondary school leavers who are seeking professional training in accounting, Institute of Chartered Accountants training programs. We are targeting workers as well. We offer customized training programs, corporate bodies, for instance, to be able to agree on really what their capacity building needs are. We have a consultancy center where people who are looking for business plans, for strategic plans, can approach us. The reason you should choose the Center for Professional Studies, the location in itself is good, the environment is serene. I would invite you to come in and take advantage of these training programs. Thank you very much.